In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to build this incredibly useful real estate AI agent that's going to utilize a Zillow URL for a particular city or a town. And we're going to scrape that using Jenna AI, which is this amazing new AI tool that you can scrape your website just by simply putting in the URL. So we're going to grab that information, scrape that site, feed it into our real estate AI agent, where this will provide really valuable insights like market trends, investment insights, timing of the market, the condition. And we're going to grab all this information, send it to us via a nice little Google Sheet that will have the address of the property, the price, the bedroom size, the URL, the realtor, and a bunch of other useful information. But not only that, on top of that, we're going to utilize more AI nodes to be able to send us a summary, an investment summary, key highlights, the average prices, so that way you're aware of the market trends, whether you're an investor or just somebody who's looking to buy a property. All of these information will be extremely valuable to you. And if you're a company, will also going to send a really cool key takeaways and then also actionable recommendations on a weekly basis or a daily basis, because we're going to utilize our scheduled trigger. So that way it's always scraping the site, whether it's done daily basis or weekly basis. This is going to be a very, very useful AI agent. So stick around till the end because you'll learn a lot from this. The template for this is going to be available on my school community in the classroom section right here. The template will also be available in the AI agents with N8N. So that way all you have to do is just import this template on your own workflow and you'll be able to get started or make changes and update the prompt to be able to meet your particular needs. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zubair. My YouTube channel, my school community is all about building incredibly useful AI agents for personal use or for business use. I have a consulting agency, so you'll always be learning from real life examples and real life experience that I bring. So you'll have a lot of value. In our classroom section, I have exclusive topics there, like the deep dive topics here that goes deep into vector databases, all things AI agents, and then obviously all the tutorials and templates there. So that way someone who is looking to learn more, update their skills, or even if you're new to N8N, you'll be able to find a lot of value. And the biggest asset in the community are the community members. We have an extremely passionate group of people who are always looking to collaborate on different projects, learn from each other. So you'll have a lot of value. I'll put the link in the description. Hopefully I'll see you there. All right. So what I'm doing is actually, I'm going to remove this schedule trigger just to show you guys the demo. And also I used OpenAI's ChatGPT-4 mini model because that's a lot cheaper, but you can use Anthropic. You can use whatever chat model you prefer. I used Anthropic earlier and it worked great. But for this particular demo, because I'm going to go through it a few times, so OpenAI GPT-4 mini is a lot cheaper, so I'm going to show you guys that. Our second node is going to be our Jenna AI. So this is a very useful tool right here. I'm using just my HTTP request tool. The method is going to be a GET request and the URL. So this is very important right here. So you're going to go to Jenna.ai. So that Jenna.ai is this really powerful tool that provides you different services like embeddings, re-ranking, but we're going to utilize the reader right here. And it's very, very simple to use. You don't even have to create an account actually. So you just go over there, click on API key and billing right here. You'll be given a unique API key. Obviously you'll copy that, you'll come back to this reader section. So the way this scrapes the website is all you have to do is just put https r.jenna.ai, and then afterwards you can put URL and you'll be able to go ahead and scrape that website and grab that information for that particular page. Obviously we'll identify the different JSON schema that we want to grab. And by the way, just to give credit, this section right here, this was inspired by Derek, who's a great N8N workflow architect. I'll put the link in the description so that way you can check it out. But anyway, so the way this thing gets scraped is, as you can see right here inside the URL, I'm just putting this r.jenna.ai and then I'm literally copying, pasting the URL from this Zillow right here, right? And again, based on whatever you're using, so whether you're using Realtor, Zillow, or whatever it may be, all you have to do is just go to that city, search the name of the town, and all you have to do is just copy that URL and then bring it back here and paste it. So let's go ahead and do that. So that way I have the most fresh set of data. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this URL. We'll come back here and I will just basically, let me go back here, paste this right here. So I'm going to paste that. And now we're going to provide our authentication here. So the authentication is going to be generic credential type. You're going to choose that. And the only requirement for this is sending header, and that header is going to be the API key that we're going to send. So if you come to the Jena AI's documentation right here, this shows you an example that all you have to do is just provide the GET method, and the header is going to be authorization, bearer, and you're going to just paste your API key that you're going to grab from right here. So once you do that, all you have to do is go back to your HTTP request, the header auth, and you can create a new credential. Right here, you'll put authorization, and then you'll paste that bearer with your API key. And that's pretty much it. You're done at that point. So the rest, we're going to leave it as it is. So now if we go ahead and test this step, if I click on test step, now this should be able to scrape that page and provide all this HTML. Obviously, this is raw HTML, so there's going to be a lot of data here that we can't even read. So therefore, we need to extract the relevant information that we're looking for. And if we go back to our URL right here, you'll see these are all the real estate properties that have been sold recently. So this was sold 11/27. Today is November 27. And then these other ones are also, like, for example, sold yesterday. So you'll have the most recent market data, right? So once we grab that, from this point, the next step is going to be utilize this information extractor chain, which is native to N8N. So you're going to add that here, and the text is going to be JSON.data. And again, this, I'm literally just grabbing this and putting it here. We're going to define a schema below, and this is going to be the input schema. And the way I generated this was basically, first of all, I came up with a prompt. So this is the prompt that I came up with. I said, you're an expert data extractor, analyze the given data and extract the detailed information about the recently sold properties. For each property, you need to provide the following, right? We need to grab the address, the price, the bedrooms, the size, the realtor, when it was sent, what type of a property is it? Is it a condo, a single family? So I identified that, and I say always output the data in JSON as an array called results. And the way I generated the system prompt here, and then also the input schema, was basically I provided a screenshot of that URL from that real estate website, and I told it to create the JSON schema for me, and I used my N8N Flow Architect. And if you're part of the school community, make sure you use this custom GPT, because this will provide you better results. But I just created that based on the prompt and based on the interaction that I have with the GPT. So now it's giving me these custom input schema, this JSON schema, so that way I'm getting the proper information extracted from this blob of HTML that we received from Jena AI. So now all I have to do is click on test step here, and this is going to go ahead and utilize the ChatGPT 4 mini or GPT-4 mini here to grab that relevant information that's coming out of that HTML data that we received from Jena AI. All right, so once that's complete, as you can see right here, we're getting this nice JSON output here with the address for every property, the price that it was sold, the bedroom, and all of that information that we requested right here, right? So we're getting all this data, and we can take a look at it, right? So the first one is, and we're also getting, by the way, the URL for each one. So the first one is this 2694 43rd Avenue, San Francisco. It was sold for $1.3 million. So let's take a look at it. And right here, as you can see, 2694 43rd Avenue, San Francisco, sold for $1.3 million on November 27. And if we take a look at it, we want to make sure that the sale date is correct. Yep, that's exactly correct. It's a single family home. So the next one was sold for $895,000 on November 25th. And this is 318 Harris Street. So if we take a look at that again, 320 Harris Street, $895,000. So you can see this is very, very accurate, and we're getting the most recent data here because, again, we're just inputting that URL into Jena AI. So once we have all of this great information now that we grabbed from this HTML that came, so now we're splitting this and sending it to two different routes. The first one, we're just gonna split all of that information that's coming out. So right now there's this one item coming out, meaning that this is just one output results, right? So this is, if you take a look at the table or JSON view, you'll see that all of this is being sent out as one output. We want to be able to split this so that way we can utilize our, we can utilize our real estate agent data Google Doc sheet that I created. And again, you can use Airtable or something else if you prefer, but this is a clean setup right here. So this was from the previous ones. Okay, so let me just go ahead and delete this, all of the existing data here. I'm gonna get rid of that. So now we have this clean set of Google Sheet with no data here, and I only have the column titles here. You want to make sure that the column titles are matching the column titles that are coming out of this, so that way we can automatically map this out to our Google document. So let's go ahead and split this out because I want to be able to grab this data and separate it. So if I just click on output the results, so it's right here, and I'm just clicking on test step to split this out by individual items. And as you can see, now I got 9 items, right? So there was 1 item coming out here, which was just the output result from this information extractor chain. And now we split that into 9 items. And now we're going to map this out. And if you use this map column mode automatically, you want to again make sure, and even if it says right here that in this mode, you make sure that incoming data fields are named the same as the columns in the Google Sheet. So this address, price, bedroom, size, sale date, URL, you want to make sure that this is the same exact title right here for each column, so that way it can map it automatically. So let's go ahead and test that step out. So if I click on test step out now it should be able to populate that data right here in our Google Sheets. All right, perfect. Let's go back. There you go. Perfect, right? So now we have this really nice set of data, very cleaned out, the URL for each one. If I just hover over it, I can actually see the URL and I can just click on it. It will give me more information like the name of the realtor, the type, price per square footage. And again, this is just a few set of pieces of data that I created. You can create whatever you want based on whatever you're looking for. And all you have to do is make sure you go back into the information extractor and change the prompt, so that way you're getting whatever you're looking for. All right, so now that that step is done, we're going to send the data from this information structure to our real estate AI agent, which is going to use some conditional logic based on the prompt that we provide. And it's going to have access to tools like the calculator and SERP API. So it means that it has access to Google's data, or the search engine data. And the reason why I put calculator is because it's going to utilize the calculator to do some, because there's numbers involved here, like the price, there's the square footage. So I want to be able to give it that operation of mathematical operation, so that way if it's utilizing any kind of number related activities, it can use that tool. So this is going to be just a tools agent, and we're going to define the prompt below. So if I maximize this, again, the prompt is just an example. I got this prompt based on the conversation that I had with my ChatGPT N8N architect to go back and forth to figure out exactly what I need. So it generated this really great prompt for me. Your prompt might look different. So make sure you utilize that custom GPT to be able to go back and forth to, so that way you can get like a nice prompt here. But mine is just saying, hey, you're a real estate data analyst specializing in market trends and investment opportunities based on the following weekly or daily or minute, whatever you're looking for as far as the data. I just put weekly. I can even do daily actually, because today is that URL was for today. Or for most recently, real estate market data, analyze the provided property data, and provide detailed report covering the following aspects. And I'm defining the aspects there, like the market trends, investment insights, timing of the market condition, right? Specific suggestions that it's doing for buyers, for investors, and then summary of the recommendation. And I am providing it this data below as a JSON object. You want to make sure you're stringifying this, because this is coming out as an array from this information extractor. So you want to make sure you're doing JSON.stringify and you're putting that result here, so that way it has access to that information that's coming out. All right, so now that part is done. I'm also giving it a simple system prompt. I'm telling it that you're a real estate data analyst, provide detailed insights and actionable recommendation based on the given property data, right? So that's good to go. So now all we have to do is just click on that test step, and you will see that it will have access to these different tools. And again, you can put more tools in there. So let's say if you're trying to grab some additional insights or some additional data that you have for like a real estate agency, I actually even played around with like a vector database. So that way, if you want to input some vector database tools in there, so that way it can grab some information from there to make a better decision, to make a better recommendation, you can do that as well. You can attach additional tools, these dynamic tools that you can utilize from AI functionality, and you can watch watch my previous video on the personal assistant that I created that go into detail on how to grab that. But you can add any tool here that meets your needs, whatever you're looking for, right? But for our purposes, this would be good to go. So let's go ahead and test this step. And here's the detail analysis that are provided. And again, you can see that it's giving you, here's the detail analysis based on the provider property data covering market trends. So you have investment insights, timing, specific suggestions, and summary recommendation. It's giving you this nice little recommendation or the summary as an output. So now we can further process this, right? So you can send this to a Google Doc if you want to create this, but you don't have to do this. This is just for example purposes that you can do multiple things to this, but I can get rid of this. It's not necessary. If you want to add additional, if you want to send this data to, for example, somewhere else, you can do that as well. All you have to do is just grab this and you can attach something else to it. You can even add a set node to be able to manipulate the data. I'm sending it to this Gmail summary, OpenAI node that I created, and then also the Slack summary. Again, you can potentially add this step inside this agent as well. But, I just wanted to showcase that after that step, you can add additional step based on whatever needs you have. So this is just for example purposes, but I'm basically giving this a instruction that, hey, just create based on the following real estate markets, create this email with the subject line and then also the different analysis that we're receiving, and I'm providing it that JSON output that's coming in from this step right here. And if I just go ahead and play this is going to send this to my Gmail account. And again, I've created I'm going to create a draft based on the Gmail summary that gets generated from this step. Same thing from this side right here. I'm creating a Slack summary that I can send from internal teams. As far as the prompt itself, I'm trying to make it a bit cooler with these nice emojis. So same thing, I'm just telling it, hey, based on the data that's grabbing, here's the draft and engaging summary for the internal Slack channel, and I'm attaching a Slack channel here on the next step. So I'm sending this to my Slack channel here. If I'm working with a team, for example, so if I play that, this will go ahead and generate that. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I've attached my Slack channel right here. So I'm sending this to a real estate channel that I have for my Slack channels. Let me put that up real quickly. So right here, so let's go ahead and send that so that way you can see that being sent to my Slack channel. And right here, perfect. See, this is the weekly real estate highlights, key takeaways. You have this nice little breakdown of the, whether it's investment opportunity, even provides you, hey, this is the better investment opportunity at this area or this town or this particular part of the town. So same thing. Oops, that got disappeared. So let me just go ahead and send that email as well. So that way you can see that step. If I go to my email here, the draft, this was my previous one. So I'm going to create a new one right here. So if I go back, that got generated, and I'm just sending myself a draft here. Again, you could send this to a direct email to somebody or a team of people that you can attach this to and send to. So if I click on test step now, I should receive the email now with that information. Let me refresh the page here. All right, perfect. I got that new email. Let me maximize this. Let me make sure I'm grabbing the right one. There you go. Maximize, and perfect right here. Dear team, market trends. So I'm getting the market trends right there. Neighborhood analysis, notable lower price properties, right? So this is what it's showing right now. Investment insights, current market type. It says evidence indicates a buyer's market, particularly favorable for lower end condos and multifamily units, right? So it's giving you all this great insight. It's even for the investors. It's saying this particular property is potential for strong rental yields, right? So, and then also a reasonably priced condo with a good size. And so again, there's lots of information that this is just for demo purposes, but you can, based on whatever needs you have, you can change the prompt inside the AI agent to give you exactly what you're looking for. And again, because this could be run on a scheduled trigger, you can have updated information that you can, put this information on a daily basis or a weekly basis inside a vector database or some kind of a Google Sheet or Airtable, and then you can attach another AI agent to give you even more summary or more data that you're looking for based on the different trends that are happening of the properties that are being sold. And again, for those of you who are part of the community, all you have to do is click on import from file, and you'll be able to grab this template from the template sections right here, and then also the AI agent sections right here. So that way you'll have a good starting point, and then you can add additional tone to it or change it for whatever needs you have. All right, well, hope you found that helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like the video, because I've got some great upcoming tutorials and a few other projects that I'm working on, so you want to make sure you don't miss that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.